Get high. Emmanuel Macron and Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel has made it clear Germany does not want to finance the reforms outlined in Mr. Macron's proposals to refound European economic and political integration. And with unity being severely tested by Donald Trump's unilateral sanctions on Iran, displays of harmony and cooperation between his neighbors appear more strained at every official event. After years of letting Germany take the lead in economic policy and European affairs, France is trying to take center stage and has denounced what it calls the German fetishism of trade and budget surpluses, at the expense of the rest of Europe and a wider world. Mr. Macron sees Germany's policies as a serious obstacle to his proposals to strengthen the European project, and hostility in the Berlin-based media looks like an intention to bring the youthful president down a peg or two by showing him who is boss. Get high. Emmanuel Macron is pushing his agenda for eurozone reform. He remains convinced his ideas about the future of Europe and the French-German relations are issues for serious debate, and has suggested Germany's dismissal of his proposals are a sign of vulnerability. His key proposals are a common eurozone finance minister, a legislative and executive authority, and a budget to finance the euro area's economic, social and fiscal convergence. Germany was quick to dismiss the plan as unnecessary bureaucracy imposing new financial burdens, and switched the debate to its own agenda of mandatory EU quotas for taking migrants that Germany invited and could no longer handle, the digital economy and the completion of the euro area banking union. Get high. Emmanuel Macron is raising hackles in Berlin. Focus is now on the meeting of the European Council on June 28, where France and Germany are supposed to present a joint roadmap of European reforms. In her speech last week to celebrate Mr. Macron's Charlemagne Prize for contributions to the cause of the European Union, Mrs. Merkel spoke mainly of the problems the U.S. was creating for the German economy with its unilateral sanctions on Iran. She said Mr. Macron was bubbling with ideas but said nothing about Germany's response or what Germany was prepared to do to help Europe take its destiny in its own hands. The reaction to Washington's Iran sanctions highlights the fault lines running through French-German relations. Getty. Donald Trump's Iran sanctions threats have caused rifts across Europe. For all their talk of a united front, Paris and Berlin are working on separate tracks to get exemptions from the U.S.-imposed sanctions on their companies involved in multi-year and multi-billion deals with Tehran. France says the extraterritorial reach of Mr. Trump's Iran sanctions is unacceptable, while Germany remains resigned that nothing can be done about it. Mr. Trump has made this intra-European discord more difficult with extraterritorial economic and financial implications of his wide-ranging sanctions. By withdrawing from the Iran nuclear agreement, and threatening sanctions on any company working with Iranian counterparts, Mr. Trump could inadvertently wreck the fragile European project.